Assalamu alaikum. Today's tutorial is on request. I thought I didn't need to do this tutorial, but there is a request for it, and I have seen people do it wrongly. So that's why I proceeded with making a tutorial about it, and it's how to set up the headings in Word document and then accordingly get an automated table of contents. Normally, what I have seen people do is manually select bold, underline the text, change their font sizes manually each and every time, do the numbering manually, which is entirely wrong and unnecessary. It not only adds a chance of inconsistency that for one heading you had added a font of 14 size and somewhere else you ended up with a font of 14. Somewhere you made it bold, somewhere you did make it bold but also underlined. So you can have a lot of errors if you're doing it manually, especially the numbering. If you add one more subheading, if you add one more heading, and all your numbering gets messed up. So please don't do it manually. There is a feature in Word called styles, and you have to use them for any kind of text formatting. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add headings using styles and then modify those styles as well as change the theme of your document. And lastly, I'm going to show you that how to add a table of contents based on those headings that you have already created. So let's go.
So here I have the sample document on which I'm going to work. This is some random content that I have added, and this is where my table of contents are going to go in today's tutorial. First, let's fix our text. So this is the main text that I have for my document. I have some main headings like scope, reference, and method statement. I have some subheadings. So for example, under reference, I have books and websites. And right now I have typed everything as a normal text, and there is no heading style that I've applied. Normally what people would end up doing is using these buttons, bold, italic, underline, to actually change each and every heading or even the font size, and none of that is recommended. What you should be using are the styles. So they, in your basic document of Word, there are on the home ribbon tab, there are styles given, and you should be using them. Why? Because it helps you apply a consistent format for a specific thing across all the document, and later on if you want to change that item, then you can change that style, and that style modification will apply throughout your document rather than manually changing it one by one. So let's apply some styles first of all. So for my main headings, I'm going to use the heading 1 style. So select your text which is supposed to be your heading and select heading. So heading 1 style got applied. This is my main heading as well. Then method statement is my main heading. So for these I applied the heading style, and for my subheadings it's going to be heading style 2. Then within method statement I have this as my main heading, subheading, and this as my subheading. So as you can see, even the numbering system becomes automatic as well. What I have again see people do is apply these manually. Now within research I have subheadings or heading level style 3. So I will select heading 3 as well. And the good thing is, even though there are 3 or up to 4 headings in the default style, you can even go up to heading 5 and 6 and create new styles all by yourself as well. And it will automatically number as well if you have selected that in your styles or design of the template. And as you can see, now my document is looking more consistently uniform and more readable without actually ever touching bold, underline, font size or whatever. I don't have to do any of that, and it will remain consistent. The good thing about this, the second tip is, if you go to the designs menu, then there are many more designs that are available, and you can actually quickly change the whole outlook of your document using the design. So for example, let's say I select this design, and automatically Word recognizes, it understands that which are the headings, which are the subheadings, and which are the subheadings, and accordingly apply those styles based on that document. I can quickly change the color theme of the document as well. So this actually makes it very easy to control your headings. Now I'm going back to my old style, which I prefer to use. The next step I'm going to show you is that how to modify any style if you want. So let's go back to home. Let's say I want to change the style of this heading number 3 and make it italic. That's what I want. So you can do this method for your normal font as well, but right now I'm going to change the style of my heading number 3, which is for example here. So right click on it, on any style, and then click modify, and you will see some of the very common things available readily here. So it's already, I can see here that what style it is. This is a sample of how the heading will look, and this is saying that heading 3 is based on normal style. So if I make any changes to normal which I have not modified here, then those settings will automatically apply to this as well. Okay, now heading 3 is based on this. What I want to do is make it italic as well, and if I click OK, now all those headings which were based on heading 3 have become italic. I don't have to manually select. I can do that. So if I manually select this and underline it, but this does not apply to other things. Okay, and that's what's wrong with doing this manually. If you wanted your headings to be underlined, then go modify and then select underline from here, and this will then apply consistently across all the subheadings. Now let's say I'm going to go and modify. Last thing I'm going to show you is the advanced properties. So click format, and here you can see advanced properties for the your styles as well. So for example, within font, then you can select your even underline style as well. Let's say I wanted it dash type, so small caps, so that's why everything is appearing as a cap here. So it's a small cap, font size, things like that you can control. You can go paragraph and control the indents of it. You can go to numbering as well, that what kind of numbering style it's going to follow. You can apply even text effects for this styles as well. So here you can see all those things, and whatever is the font style applied, then you can see actually the numbering style, the level, the numbering style, that what kind of settings are currently selected for this heading 2 style. And once you click OK, the new settings apply. So here, as you can see, that we change the underline style to dotted, and everywhere it's coming as dotted. So that's how you customize styles. Now once this is done, the last step is to add a table of contents. Again, you don't have to manually add it. What I'm going to do is go to references, and then here you will see a button for table of contents. Now this table of content will only work if you have used the heading styles, so that Word understands what headings you have used. So go to table of contents, and let's say I want to apply this kind of style. Again, I can make some custom table of contents as well, but right now I'm going to use basic. So number 1 item is my table of contents, and then number 2 is scope, reference, method statement, and automatically the page numbers, the titles, it have picked automatically from the document itself. Tomorrow if something changes, for example, instead of books, let's say this becomes standards, this goes to, let's say, the next page, and I added one more heading here, let's say conclusion, and this is my heading 2 as well. So if I added few things here, the table of contents by default is still showing the old thing. It's a field. What you're going to do is select mouse here, and then you will see an option update table, or you can go back to reference and you will see the update table here as well, or you can right click anywhere here and then select update field as well. Any option will work. And as soon as you click update, now you can see the page number has been automatically updated, that this section is gone to page number 5. The new heading is automatically added as well, conclusion. And that's how actually the table of contents get automatically updated. If you make some minor changes only with no new headings, then it will give you an option that I will update only page numbers. But if you have made any changes to the headings as well, then you can select update everything. But it's an automated field, and in this way you can make your document in a very consistent way. Hopefully this tip was easy enough, and now you know how to properly control the styles of your document. If you have any questions, then leave them in the comments below. Thank you.